relationships shape us and our environment in so many ways.
We have the ability to build relationship as a whole with anybody we work with, anybody we encounter. It's what we're good at, and it's really how we were made.
I actually cannot imagine, practicing without some level of connection and engagement.
The foundation of a relationship with a client or a patient is built on trust.
If I can build a rapport with them, then I can explain the process of things a little bit better, and they're a little more open and a little more willing to listen.
To me, that's the main thing, is that trust and being able to pull information so that we can help them. Otherwise, we're not going to do our jobs effectively.
Social workers really were called to treat people with dignity.
I think that is what makes us an amazing part of the team within a hospital setting, is ensuring that a patient is treated with dignity and respect, regardless of whatever decisions they may have made that have put them in the position of needing care.
We are obligated from the social work perspective to afford other people the respect that they need, and that they may not often get from other folks. I think competency is something that each social worker has to take seriously and seek out those opportunities to increase their skills, not only just in learning but also in practice.
My personal definition of competency would mean that irregardless of the situation that I'm placed in, I'm prepared. Sometimes that means doing research beforehand to be a little bit ahead of the game so that we can best meet the needs of the people that we're helping and serving.
I actually do work in Washington, D.C. quite a bit. Was talking to a congressperson there about youth homelessness, and that the unavailable housing vouchers that they have once they transition out of foster care. That congressperson actually initiated a bill, House Bill 3700, that had a bunch of other housing stuff in it too, but allowed us to extend the amount of time that a transition age youth can have a housing voucher. In addition to that, it made more vouchers available to people that are homeless, and I was actually able to testify on that bill. So whether you're a private practice social worker or a direct practice social worker or a macro social worker, we're all called to look at public policy and try to change it.
Being with that individual for that moment, listening as though you have nothing else to do that day, that's service.
Actually taking the time to meet with the patient, to listen to the patient, to validate the patient, and kind of make them feel heard and make them a part of their treatment plan.
Sometimes I like to think of it as like a lifeboat. Like, we're not the end-all be-all, but we're something that's going to help you get from one place to the next.
Social workers are obligated to serve the larger community, whether it's being active politically, or being on boards and ad hoc committees, or just voting in all of the elections.
We change the world one person at a time. So as we interact with our service participants and their families, we are changing that community.
Integrity means being true to what you believe.
Integrity is doing what is right even when people aren't watching.
Making sure that you are using your professional skills to the best of your ability to help meet the needs of the patient or the client that you're working with.
You do things with good intention, that there's no malice behind it, and that you're doing it with the hope that you're helping create success for a person. I can help set the gold standard, not alone, that's for sure. I think I can do it by encouraging my fellow social workers to, develop those human relationships and act with dignity and fight for justice, and use service as a vehicle for change, and hold them accountable for their integrity, but also do the very same thing for myself.
The biggest thing that I believe social workers need to do to be the gold standard is to always fight for social justice.
Recognizing that we have a right to be here, and we have value to bring to the organization and value to bring to the other people that we work with.
One of my favorite authors and a blogger, Glennon Doyle Melton, has always said, figure out what breaks your heart and let that fuel your passion. And I think that, as social workers, most of us went into this field because there are a lot of things in society that break our heart and that give us the fuel to want to make a difference and to give us that desire to come into work every day and make an impact on the lives of the families that we work with.